But Audra, I do want to pivot now to you because you've been on the ground, you've seen the fierce opposition to this bill, and I want to get your thoughts about what you're hearing from people in the state of California about it.
Yes, people are very concerned. Parents are concerned, even people that don't have children in school right now, but they know people who have children or did have children and just know how egregious this is and what this leads to, which could potentially be, human trafficking, child exploitation, so many things. And they're just concerned because, just to go on school ground, they need to have all of these checks be done. They need an ID. If they're going to be doing anything for the school, they have to be able to go through a background check. And for somebody to be able to come onto school grounds and take their child or a child that they know, or any child for that matter, without any kind of background check, any kind of checks and balances, accountability as to who this is going to, where they're going to go, it leaves room for a lot of, fear that parents are going to take their kids to school one day and come back and they're not going to be there to pick them up. They feel like there's an attack on children happening, which is very true. If you can see all of the bills and the things that come forward, and that the fact that it has to do with illegal immigrant families, and if a parent's going to be deported or they're being detained, but it's so ambiguous. It doesn't say that those are the only children that could potentially be have an affidavit submitted for them. So they need to start doing things that are going to be putting measures in place that will protect their children and not allow this to happen. And so they're talking about doing things like that, like submitting their own affidavit that will say that only these people can take my child, or nobody can take my child but me. And just the affidavit is so kind of juvenile and elementary. It's pretty ridiculous that it can be used for such a huge thing, to take a child and do whatever you want with them. Basically, it doesn't have to do with just changing their education and what they're going to be learning in school. You could give them a medical treatment like they're trying to do with all of this gender affirming care. You could have them go get an abortion, which they can already do at school. So it's kind of, it's just another level of encroaching upon the children and really just having an attack on them.